Hello, ideas? This is the ingredient of the main ingredient of this conference meeting where I will discuss about the introduction of detailing standards. First, we have the purpose of detailing standards. Establish a procedure to apply detailing standards as they apply to structural steel projects detailed by IDS. The scope, procedure will describe the detailing technical preferences and requirements of the manually used in IDS. The detailing standards will also show any special information required to avoid such as allowances or cuts, number and any supplementary requirements of the special structure from various fabricators. Ito yung mga special instructions ng mga fabricators na binibigay sa atin. And then, ito naman yung kinompile natin para magiging standards dahil kapag iba-iba ang mga standard ng ibang bawat detailer, nagmi-mix up ang shop drawings natin or mga drawings na sinasubmit. So, that's why meron tayong tinatawag na detailing standard. Detailing standard per se sa pag-a-apply natin dito sa IDS. Alright? Whose responsibility? Responsible for adherence to the standards are detailers, detailing checkers, production project manager, and lead project manager. Although yung QC management and committee ay nag-create ng detailing standards, they are also part of this responsible adherence. Why adherence? Why adherence? Adherence means it is a continuing obeying of rule. So, standards, if you say standard, it is like a rule. So in order for us to produce the highest quality of shop drawings, therefore, we are obeying this rule. Yung rule is like the standards. We are obeying these standards. Pababa yung ano. Next is the procedure. Structural detail drawings shall be drawn in accordance with the AISC detailing for steel construction manual and following general requirements unless project requirements specify otherwise like project specifications. Yung procedure na to, yung sinasabi niyang AISC detailing for steel construction, yun yung general ng, it's either nagagamitin natin yung AIC 13th edition or 14th edition. Previously, ang ginagamit natin yung 9th edition. But now, we are using 13th and 14th edition dahil yan ngayon yung bagong release ng AISC. So, kung minsan meron tayong mga project na may mga designer or owners na makaluma pa, na kung minsan nilalagay nila doon sa general notes ng design drawing ay 9th edition, ano. But, mostly of our new projects now are 13 or 14 edition. So, ito yung ibig sabihin niya ng AISC detailing for steel construction. Yung standard natin na nasa volume 2, na nasa inyo, napalagay ko, nasabi na ni Ann kanina, na-distribute nyo na sa inyo, I assume na nabasa nyo na yon, or kung hindi nyo pa thoroughly nabasa, so ito yung mga standards natin na by chapter related to doon sa na-compile na mga sample details. Ano? Itong yung IDES Manual First Edition, ito yung Chapter 1, Chapter 2, ito yung mga references. Makikita nyo yung detailing file organization, detailing file, engineering file organization, and then itong mga TECLA, SDS2, AdConnex, mga OSHA requirements, like structural shop drawings, AB plans and details. So makikita nyo lahat yan sa nasa volume 2. Ano? Ito, tulad yan, yung mga nuts and washers, screws, bolts, studs, tie rods and anchors. Nandito lahat yan. Mga pag-ano ng mga data files, saka engineering guidelines. Yung nasa standard natin na pagtitingin ng pagdi-detail, ay kuminsan kinakailangan, importante rin ang magbigay ng mga abbreviations. Yung mga iba pang detailers, lalong-lalo na yung mga bagong detailers na hindi dumaan sa formal detailing process or basic detailing, bakit nyo tinatanong ano ba yung mga abbreviations na yan? Yung abbreviations ay kinakailangan, lalong-lalo na doon sa nilalagay sa BOM or yung pag-a-analyze ng nakalagay sa note na nasa design drawing, katulad ng anong ibig sabihin ng AESS. Ano bang ibig sabihin ng AESS sa inyo? Ano ba? AESS, ano bang ibig sabihin? Walang nakakaalam? Ano? Architecturally exposed structural steel, correct. So, nandito yan sa standard natin ito. No? Maraming nagtatanong. There are times na kuminsan naglilibot ako, although meron na itong standard na to, itinatanong pa kung minsan, Sir, what is the meaning of AESS? So, sana medyo masipag tayo magbasa dito sa manual natin, nandyan yung detailing standards. And take note, doon sa mga detailing standards natin, may mga notations na kailangan natin ilagay, katulad ng in-explain ni Leomar kanina tungkol sa engineering with regards to the putting of this notation, request for the approver to verify clouded items. Shop drawings shall be assumed verified if no comments are made on approval returns. Why is it important to put this note? Napaka-importante yan to cover the verifications or clouded notes sa shop drawings in order, in case na dumating yung approval return and then yung EOR, wala siyang comment and stamp approved, samantalang meron pa tayong natitirang question about dimensions or connection capacity na in-explain ni Leomar kanina. So yun, kapag hindi nila kinomen yun, ito yung ibig sabihin yan. Sorry. Ito yung ibig niya sabihin yan. This note should be added in the shop drawings being sent for approval and should be removed during fabrication release. Pwede na natin tanggalin. Safe tayo na mag-release yung drawing dahil nailagay natin itong note na ito. Safe. Kapag hindi natin nailagay yan, and if hindi sinago o hindi kinoment ng EOR ang mga clouded notes na may verification, please verify, hindi natin ma-release yung fabrication, yung shop drawings. Okay? So, yun lamang yung mga standards ng examples, ano? Gusto ko rin, I would like you to read also thoroughly yung instructions sa standard, especially yung mga naka-cloud doon, just like yung itong bolt insertion, ano? Meron tayong naging job. Actually, itong bolt insertion na itong instructions na to ay, ang ibig niya sabihin dyan ay para sa 5 and 1/2 na 5 and 1/2 na gauge, ano? Beam or girder to column web. So ito ay meron tayong naging isang job na ang connection ng beam or girder to column web ay 4 inches. Binasa ng detailer na ang ibig niyang sabihin dito sa notation na ito, ang pagkaintindi niya, kahit 4 inches yung gauge, ay gumamit siya ng rotation ng bolt insertion, ay safe na daw yun. Hindi pwede, dahil 5, ang sinasabi natin sa standard na ito, 5 lang, 5 and 1/2. So mali ang kanyang assumption. No? Kapag 4 inches na yung ating gauge, it's either na itanong natin kung pwedeng shop welded, field bolted, or shop bolted staggered pag 4 inches. Kapag 5 and 1/2, actually, kapag kinocompute natin itong tightening, meron pang issue dyan sa computation. But, kung ilalagay natin itong notation na ito, insertion of bolt, kung gagamitin natin yan, pwede pa siyang may clearance pa para ma-tighten yung bolt. Meron pang tsansa kapag 5 and 1/2. Meron tsansa. No? Kaya dapat ito yung importante. Kaya itong standard na to, na-create ng dahil doon sa procedure na yon. So, yun lamang yung mga samples ng detailing standard. Magsasite ako ng common errors na nangyari sa detailing. Bakit common errors? Why is it common errors? Is it because it always occur na magkakaroon ng ganito? Ano yung common errors? What is the common errors? Common errors is the mismatch ng connection. Mismatch. Bakit kaya nagkakaroon ng ganito? There are times, most of the times I hear, Sir, how come they are not matched since it is matched in the model? Yun nga yung problema. I think the issue here is that nawawala ang basic detailing knowledge natin as a detailer nang dahil sa na-attach tayo sa software. No? Na-attach tayo sa software. I think you have heard Ludi and Ray regarding the procedures, the do's and don'ts of the SDS2 and TECLA, how to produce drawings, how to model. But then, the basic of detailing were gone dahil naka-focus tayo doon sa model. So, katulad nitong example na to, itong beam na to, nakakabit siya dapat kakabit dito siya sa column, na ang gauge niya ay 3 1/2. First, na-release kagad itong beam na to. Nung unang dinitel ito, tama na yung gauge. Parehas. Yung column, hindi pa na-release. No? Dahil sa dami ng drawing sa isang sequence, pinauna muna nilang first batch ito. Na-release yung beam. At the time na na-release, after a week, nagkaroon ng design change. Hindi pala pwede yung 3 1/2. Naging 5 1/2. Dahil sa lumaki yata yung size ng bolt. Kaya hindi pwede siya naging 3 1/2 dahil dating 3/4, naging 1 1/8. So, dapat lumaki yung gauge. Kaya lang, nung ni-revise itong shop drawing, yung detailer, yung modeler detailer, nag-focus siya sa model, minodel niya, at binigay nung ma-fix niya yung model, pinrint niya yung drawing, ibinigay niya sa checker. Yung checker naman, hindi na siya nagtingin doon sa kakabitan niya kung ito ay match or hindi. Kung ano man yung kakabitan niya. Na normally yun ang process na ginagawa natin. Yung checker, ang ginawa niya, tinignan niya yung beam, tinignan niya ngayon yung model, sabi niya, match. Nirelease niya ito, hindi niya inirelease yung column. Nung inire-release na nila yung column na nung dating na-release, 3 1/2 pa rin, pero ito, ginawa niya ng 5 1/2. So yun, nagkaroon ng mismatch ngayon sa field. So ito yung palagi nating tinatawag na common errors. No? Yun yung paulit-ulit kong sinasabi sa mga kagrupo na bakit kaya? Anong dahilan? Lagi nilang sinasagot, sir, match naman yan. Match naman. So, ibabalik ko yung sa inyo, no? Babalik ko sa inyo yung sinasabi niyo, match naman. Paano pa natin magagawa para mag-match? So, nawawala yung basic ng detailer saka checker. Nawawala. Wag tayong maging attached sa software, kundi gagamitin, we will use the software na magiging tool, maka-enhance sa ating knowledge. No? Pero yung basic ng detailing dapat, hindi natin aalisin. No? So, yan yung example lang ng common errors. Hindi na ako magbibigay pa ng iba. It's because ito yung common. This is the common, it's always a common error. Na ito yung nirereklamo ng field. So yan, hindi siya match ngayon. Kaya So with this, I would like you to concentrate. I would like you to present some videos with regards to fabrications, and the narrator of this video here is to emphasize on how to prepare the shop drawings, especially on revising some shop drawings. Kaya gusto ko sanang pakinggan nyo ito at panoorin. Oops, sorry.
how that change will affect all the holes in those beams. In addition, if a member has been changed on the shop drawing, the detailer must also change the erection drawings that will be used in the field. All this information is developed with the help of computers, and it can be downloaded to the drill line in the shop or to the angle master to show them how to drill holes with the angles. But it's important to realize that although these critical tasks are done with the assistance of a computer, they are not done by the computer. The detailer's training, skill, and expertise is the key to the process. It is the detailer's ability to translate the engineering drawings of a large structure for the fabricator so that the fabrication shop will know exactly what must be done to prepare the steel. The detailer will also indicate the preparation, cleaning, and painting of the materials depending on its specification. If that weren't enough, the detailer may also have to consider and take into account shipping requirements, sometimes even the cranes that will be used in the field, and how those cranes will load and unload members from the truck. Before the fabrication shop actually drills and cuts the steel members, the detailer must submit his shop drawings to the engineer of record for approval to make sure that the shop drawings are fully compliant with the engineer's design. It's clear that steel fabrication plays an important role in joining steel members, even before the beams and girders arrive at the construction site. This is one reason why on-site building with steel is so much faster than is possible with other materials. At the fabrication shop, the steel is cut, punched, and pre-assembled as much as possible according to the detailer's drawings. These drawings can be used to generate computer disks that will drive the shop's fabricating machinery to cut and drill the steel with absolute precision. If cutting is necessary, the operator inputs the size and the desired length of the member. The stock lengths of steel will enter the cutting machine by conveyor. An automatic arm stops the stock at exactly the right point, and the blade cuts the steel. The piece will then be labeled and rolled out. From the cutting area, the steel members will travel on a conveyor to the next station, where holes will be drilled to make the bolted connection. The machine operator inserts the disc into the computer as the member is fed through the drilling machine, pushes a few buttons, and the computer takes over. As the steel automatically goes through the machine, its exact location will be monitored by laser measuring devices, so it will stop precisely where the holes must be drilled. All of the holes will be drilled in one pass as the column goes through the machine. The operator is able to see different views of the member on a small monitor, noting the number, location, and size of holes needed, as well as the precise location of the drill bit. When the holes have been made, the member will travel on conveyor to the next station. The coping machine burns steel to cut members like a saw, or it notches the steel and makes holes. Here again, the operator inserts the copper disc in the computer to initiate the process, and the piece automatically stops at the location where the precise burning operations will take place. Usually, edges that are flame cut by the coping machine are smooth and require no additional work. From here, the steel member goes to the layout station, where angles, plates, and other connection parts are bolted or tacked on. Today, high-strength bolts and welds have made joining steel members faster, more economical, and more reliable than ever before. If the piece needs welding, it will be taken to the welding area, where the welding can be done. There are other areas of the fabrication shop where the pieces needed for joining steel members are produced. For connections that require angles, stock lengths of angles are automatically an angle machine, which will cut them to the desired length and punch holes at the appropriate locations in one pass. Torch cutting plates is another operation performed by computer-operated machines in the fabrication shop. Shearing plates, punching holes, and bending steel members are other processes that take place at the fabrication shop. The piece may require cleaning and painting before being shipped. When a piece has been through all the processing called for in the detailer's instructions, it is taken to the yard, loaded onto a truck, and transported to a job site or storage yard. Because there is often not enough space on the job site to store all the fabricated steel needed for the job, the process of delivering, hoisting, and placing steel has to be carefully planned so that the pieces will be delivered to the site in the order in which they will be erected.
So, I hope na nakapick up kayo doon sa narration ng video tungkol doon sa pag-detail and sa pagpa-fabricate, lalong-lalo na doon sa pagre-revise ng shop drawings. Doon naman sa pag-represent ng welding sa embed plate sa kapag ka may headed stud siya, meron din ako nakikita na ang welding niya ay kuminsan may size ito. Itong size. Naglalagay siya na yung parang fillet weld and then naglalagay sila ng 1/4. If the design drawing shows this, we have to verify with the LPM or fabricator kung susundin ba natin ito. Or kung susundin natin itong detailing standard na kinopya natin na ito ay hindi natin kinopya kundi ginamit natin ito na galing ito sa standard naman ng Nelson Studs kung paano mag-prepare ng kung paano ipakita ang welding ng Nelson Studs so hindi laging ilalagay yung size ng weld, kundi mag-refer tayo rito sa stud welding symbol, or kung nakapakita sa design drawing yung size ng weld, i-refer natin, i-verify natin sa LPM at saka sa fabricator. Gusto kong makita nyo yung video ng pag-weld ng studs para at least meron kayong knowledge kung paano yung itsura, So ganun lang, tandaan nyo yung standard natin sa IDS kung paano mag-prepare ng stud. Sa continuation ng standard details, ang expert naman ng miscellaneous steel na si Tito ang mag-represent. Thank you very much.